The most challenged wedding vow of them all. Till death do you part. How many people are reaching that today? How many people honor that? How many people believe in that when they start the marriage? How many sign up to stay till death do
I'll
them
tell you
part?
one thing. If if they take away divorces and lock these people into a marriage, huh? Then you'll see something.
What does that look like?
Shit.
Please enlighten me. What does that
That
look
means
like?
you when you
Hmm.
get your ass in a marriage, you in there. So you best to choose the right person. That's what it means.
And how are they supposed to enforce this? I'm so
They can
afraid.
enforce anything they want to enforce.
But I want to hear you brought it up. I want to hear your plan
I
for
mean,
this. Tell me what your plan
that's
is.
not rational. They're not gonna do it. But if they was to do
How would it look? I mean, make me
shit,
understand how it
you better be
works.
choosing right. I'll tell you that right now. Lock your ass in, and that's it. Only way you can get up out of that sun gonna cause you're gonna take hell and high water. That's
So
it.
you gonna throw them in jail? Like, what is the consequences?
Yeah, that'll be a good thing. Y'all gonna stay together, or you're gonna throw you in jail. Throw
Oh my
your ass.
God, only
You
him.
know that's not gonna happen. But I'm just saying.
I get it. You
Listen,
being extremist right now, but I like to
yeah,
hear your
because
thoughts because
other
you,
than that, you already know as long as that divorce is on the table, ain't gonna
of
never be no
course.
such thing as until death do us part. For the most part, you're gonna have more divorces than you have marriages staying together
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna find a reason to get on up out of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't got to be a valid reason. It could be I just seen somebody that I like more than you, and then I can come home and find all kind of shit that you done did wrong to make it seem like I couldn't live with you. You was unbearable. Because soon as you find somebody that your feelings transfer to, the other person can start being disgusting towards you. I mean, the way you see them can
Mm-hmm.
be in a disgusting manner. Like you stink. I don't like because you leave your socks in the bathroom, or you talk too much, you nag too much.
So
I'm
that's
bored.
why
Oh,
that
yeah.
a lot of times you find that that's being removed. You know, people want to do their own vows and remove that from the vows because of the challenge of staying in a marriage until death do us part. And I think people don't ask, why was that put there? It was put there to challenge you to endure, you know, to not give up, you know, to that sometimes marriage is going to be long suffering. Some marriages work. A lot of people think marriage is the glitz and the glam and the wedding and the engagement and the ring and you know the social media present, the smile and the trips and the vacation and the honeymoon. They don't think about, hey, we're gonna have kids, you know, she's gonna change, I'm gonna change, money may change, situation may change. We may have a big house and have to move into a small house. You know, there may be some infidelity and we got to go to counseling. There may be some sickness and we got to do better and get better. You know, there may be some times where I look at you and I may not be in love with you anymore. I might love you, but I might not be in love with you. You know, they don't look at all those things to get to the debt do us part. Like, how do you get there? To get there, there has to be some endurance, some longevity. And
Mhm.
most people don't want to endure what takes you and gets you there. You know, what I take pride in is when I see these posts where people have
Mhm.
been married for 90 something years and you know
Damn.
in 60 years and they still together and you see them and the family put the videos of how their life went through the years, you know,
Mhm.
as they age and they stay together. It's just like today we don't seem to have that long suffering and that endurance of the people of the past, you know,
Because
to do those
there's no
things.
real reason to stay. I mean, there's no incentive for people to stay married
Mm-hmm.
nowadays because people, we have so many options, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, not just dating options, options in vehicles, options in television programs, options
Mm-hmm.
in clothes, options.
Mm-hmm.
And once you marry somebody, a lot of time people feel like you just taking away their option, and
Mm-hmm.
they want an option to say, okay, I can get in this marriage, and if things get to where I don't like it,
Mm-hmm.
I can get on up out of this
Now
thing.
I agree with you that because divorces are very easy to get now. I
Yeah.
mean, you can shoot, you can print it off the computer, fill it out yourself. You don't even need the lawyer no more.
The one place that's not worried about divorce is their courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
You see, as long as the divorce and marriages happen, they don't care. They don't give a damn which way it go,
Mm-hmm.
because the money gonna be the same.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? The money gonna be the same.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. So that's no real reason for the government to say, okay, we're gonna make y'all stay together,
Mm-hmm.
because really we gonna, if you stand together, we ain't gonna make no money.
Yeah,
You
I
not getting no
agree.
money, we ain't gonna make no money.
I agree in the beginning because
That's why they went.
divorces was a lot um more challenging to get in the beginning. There was a time when you would go to the court for a divorce and the judge would say, "No, y'all gonna go to counseling first."
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
you had
Yep.
no fault divorces.
Mm-hmm.
Ronald Reagan came in, and y'all can look this up,
Mm-hmm.
and if I'm wrong, correct me. During the Reagan administration, that's when they came up with that no fault divorce.
Mm-hmm.
You know that what they call it, what's they call it, man? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna think about it in a little
Mm-hmm.
while.
Yeah, but I think that
Irreconcilable
differences.
differences.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that when they came up with that, and now, we went through the era where women had more access to things. They could get out and, well, as far as black folks, we had the kick the man out of his house for the welfare and the
Mm-hmm.
projects and stuff like that. And women got to where, like, okay, I can have a man if I can take care of my children and myself as long as the man is out of the house. So
Mm-hmm.
we went through that part. Then the women empowerment, women started making more money, getting better jobs, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it gave it no incentive to stay together as a family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll stay together if we like each other, but if we don't like each other, no harm, no foul.
Mm-hmm.
Even though sometimes people are in positions nowadays that it's very difficult for them to be. They just don't make enough money
Mm-hmm.
in order to really. So they're more prone to be in a relationship where there's two incomes. They still do that,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, man, it's people are doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
doing their own thing.
And it's the hardest one to follow, of all of them. We notice now that it's rare that you find people who have married young and they're together until, old age and dying,
And then
you know.
it's not encouraged.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter whether it's the boy or the girl.
Mhm.
If he coming out, he say, man, I see this young lady, I want to marry her, and we ain't number 20, 18, 19 years
Mhm.
old. Your parents gonna be, why you getting married so
So young.
early? Then
Mhm.
the girl, why you just having fun? Well, you think you can flip that switch on at any time when you get in your 30s, and you done went through a whole bunch of breakups, slept around a whole different kind of people. Now you want to all of a sudden become a husband and a wife
Mhm.
or whatever, and now you got to go through trying to find somebody and go through that when it just organically happened when you were younger. And if you was to stay with that person, because even if you wait until you get old, you stay with that person for a while, the things, it get repetitious,
Mhm.
it gets boring,
Mhm.
you know
But
and
I think it's how you look at things. Some people look at things and call it boring, but to another person, it's exciting. Sometimes, hanging out with your mate and just watching TV and programs and different things, you could learn a lot from each other because your life experiences have been different. But some people will call that boring, but to me, if you just take some time and allow yourself to open up and let your partner share some of their experiences and what they've did in life and some of the things you've done, that could take you a long way, learning just those simple things and exploring those simple things together. Hey, show me how you grew up, show me where you went. If you say the man traveled the world and he know things about countries you never been in, or he knows jobs that you've never experienced, sometimes you can learn so much just from learning each other backgrounds and the differences when you get together in a marriage. But I think people take those simple things for granted and they want the glips and let's go to the trip, let's go to Dubai, let's go over here to Greece. We get so caught up in the things, that the bigger things and the things that society tell us we need to explore, and we don't look at the things that people used to have in common before you had social media and all these things, the little small things that kept those couples together. You ask yourself, how did your parents stay together? How did, because you think their struggles was a lot different than ours, but yet they were able to endure. Sometimes just putting food on the table was a struggle.
You're right, and a lot they got this thing a lot of time where they go, well, women had to stay with the man back in the day because of the financial situation, and in some cases that is true. But it's the way society was back then.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't okay. A woman married a man.
Mm-hmm.
She had her parents,
Mm-hmm.
and her parents will hold her accountable
Mm-hmm.
if things in the marriage wasn't going well.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a father and just say the son was over there doing things, the father would hold him accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So they got this narrative to think that men just did anything they wanted to women back in them days, and that's how it went. And so that's the reason why women are being independent today, and they're saying that marriages are not working. That's not the case.
Well, we know that's not
That's
true because there was some women back in the day who couldn't get a man. You know, they
wow.
slept with the man, got pregnant, and they lived in the house and raised their kids with their parent. So it didn't just happen now. They try to make like that just happened now, but back in the days, some men wouldn't marry the woman because she was considered sometime the loose woman. I'm not gonna marry her just because she got pregnant.
Yeah,
They
that's
would
true.
not do it, even if their parents said
Hey,
you need to do it. They
hey,
would not do it.
hey, I seen a cat. Hey,
Yeah.
I've seen families. Hey, you mess around and get their daughter pregnant, man.
Mm-hmm.
That sure with a shotgun. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
bro, you finna get married.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you about to
Yeah.
get married.
We heard
Hey,
about those
they
weddings,
didn't
but
play
you
that.
know, some men they wouldn't do it. They go off to the military a lead of time
Nigga join
before
them.
they do it.
My nigga, you
Yeah,
gotta be
I gotta go.
boy. You gotta be some else, boy. You don't
Yeah,
want to get married
so
that bad. You go join on.
yeah, it's rough though. But that do us part is it's one that's going with the wind.